guys, it's me, Emily, and today I'm going to be showing you the long overdue behind the scenes video for my most recent seasonal dance video, Crystallize. This video might be kind of long, so get ready. So I'll start off by just kind of telling you how this video idea came about. If you have been with LEAVlogs for a while, then you probably have seen my fall gymnastics and dance video, and that's kind of where the winter video took root, I guess. Because I had the idea, I was like, this is fun, I want to do it again. And so, winter, yay! And so I started coming up with the costume idea. I, had it all figured out in my head, and actually the finished costume varies greatly from my original ideas. So, in my head I had it all planned out. It was gonna look amazing, video's gonna be totally cool. And then I kind of had the thought, how am I gonna pay for all this? Because, fabric and decorations, it's not free. So I kind of just tossed the whole idea out the window. Perseverance. So I just kind of, forgot about it for a couple weeks, and then around came my birthday. And my aunt was kind enough to give me a $100 gift card to my local favorite arts and crafts kind of store. And so I was like, yay, I can finally live my dream. So I kind of finished the costume ideas, and we went there and, figured out what fabric I want, and by that point I realized I wasn't going to be able to make two separate costumes like I had originally planned, and so I figured, why not just have one dress but then dress it up differently? Because kind of what I was trying to communicate in the video was the two different sides of winter. One being like the soft, delicate side, which is like the pretty side, sun sparkling on the snow, the ice on the trees, and then the other would be the harsh side, which is, the gray days, the ickiness. But, I figured out the costume, what I wanted to do, just one dress, different accessories. And so we got everything that we needed, and then we got home and we started trying to make a pattern, and we very quickly realized that that wasn't going to work. So my mom went online and, just looked around and finally found a pattern that would work. It was like perfect, so we cut out the pattern, figured it all out. And by the way, I'd like to give her a round of applause because she hand sewed everything, so woo! We had originally wanted to sew it like a size or two too big so that it wouldn't accidentally be too small. We were also doing it in winter, so I needed to have some space to put on, extra clothing underneath it to not freeze. The first time I tried it on, we realized it was not just one or two sizes too big, it was probably closer to 6 sizes too big. But the reason for that was the pattern that we had bought had been for a coat, and we were only using the outer lining, and so we kind of didn't think about the extra space that the coat needed. Even though it was actually 2 sizes too big, it seemed much more than that. She had to bring it in, what was it, like 4 times?
Too many?
Yeah, I had to try it on multiple times. But we got it finished, and this is the final product. This is what it looks like. It has many different panels, and it has like a little V-neck, and the sleeves. It was so hard because she had to bring the dress in. She couldn't quite figure out how to bring the sleeves in as well. I just started playing with these 2 pieces of fabric, and they were actually extra pieces from the rest of the dress, and so they were just these 2 little pieces, and we just sewed them on and made them into sleeves because recycling. And then the bottom is basically just a high-low. Yeah, it's just really, really awesome. So like I said, I had one dress and I wanted to dress it up 2 different ways. One kind of being lighter and, more delicate, I guess. And so these are the accessories that I used. So this is actually the only accessory that I had for the dress part. Now if you look closely, my boots, they had little pieces of fabric with rhinestones just tied onto them. And so as you can see, it has this row of little jewels and then this row of just basically a string of beads. That's really all it is. And then the back is a blue ribbon. So I decided that I wanted to extend out a piece of lace a little. So in the video, you see this, because we just basically extended the lace more than we needed to. And, you know, I think it turned out pretty cool. So this is the first accessory of the harsh side of winter that I'm going to show you. So this was actually really confusing to figure out because we didn't want to just like cut it and sew it together because that would be really hard to get on. So what we did, we devised a way to do that. Basically put one button on this side and then one on this side. So when we would, and pieces of elastic on both ends. So we would wrap it around. This piece of elastic would hook onto one, the other piece of elastic would hook onto the other button, so it would stay put. Which was really confusing, might I add. So one of the ideas behind this was I had to kind of live off the land. These are basically just one piece of leather and just a piece of not real animal fur, just to kind of emphasize, you know, living off the land. This is wrapped around my arm in the video, and this is just like a bracelet. So this isn't the actual last accessory that I had for my harsh side, but it's the last accessory that's available to me right now, and I personally think it's the coolest. It's basically a corset type thing. If you look at the back, I mean, that's just really cool. And I just had it on and just laced up in the back. If you look closely in the video, you'll probably be able to see. This fabric I had originally intended for the second costume, so we had a lot of it left over and I didn't want it to just like sit there and go to waste. So I was like, hey, this looks cool, let's do it. So she made it and it looks awesome now. It looks awesome in the video, so joy. We had only, yeah. Thank you for that, Mr. Carr. Noisy much.
It's a motorcycle.
Past the costume, I was super excited. You know, we had finished making, well, she had finished making it. I hardly did anything because I just didn't know how. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. And then I realized we had only had one snow that winter, and it was maybe an inch. And by this point, it was already late January. I was terrified that we weren't going to get another snow, but little did I know, we were going to get another snow, and not only that, it was going to be a big one. We found out that that Saturday was going to be perfect to film. It was going to snow that Friday, and it was going to be awesome. Then I found out on Friday that we would have to film at least some of it today, because the next day it was going to be very cloudy and possibly like sleety, and I wanted to have at least some of it in the sunshine. So I was like, okay. So, you know, I got ready, put everything on, I had figured out what I was going to wear underneath the dress like 2 months before that. And we went outside, and I started getting really cold. My mom had told me that, including wind chill, it was negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit, which I'll put the equivalent in Celsius right here. So, I mean, I was pretty cold. So we basically just started filming. We got hot hands in my boots and in my coat pockets. And so in between each time we took a video, afterwards I would like dive into my coat and just like, you know, like warm up again. Needless to say, we weren't able to stay out for very long. We were out there for only like maybe 15 minutes before we were just like, no. On the first day, not only was it negative 15 degrees, the night before we had gotten probably about 5 inches of snow. Snow clumps to furry stuff, and my boots were furry. So I was like, you know, it felt kind of heavy. My lungs were hurting because the air was so cold that I was breathing in. So we were just like, no, we need to go back inside and finish tomorrow. The next day was Saturday, obviously. Not to my knowledge, turns out that overnight we had gotten probably double that amount of snow. So on the second day, I was dancing in snow that in some areas was probably a foot deep, with clumpy snow boots. Like, my boots were probably a good couple pounds, including all the wetness and snow, and it would occasionally like get in my boot, and I was like, oh! My boots were only like 10 inches tall. I would like step and snow would get into my boots and it was cold and not fun. And the second day, I'd like to point out, it, including wind chill, was still only 10 degrees, so much warmer than the first day, but not exactly a tropical paradise. Of course, I was freezing, but it wasn't quite as like bitterly cold. So, you know, I would like get out of my coat, I'd just run to the plate, well, run. It's hard to run in a foot of snow. There's actually this one shot of me like skipping through the snow. That was literally so difficult. It felt like, imagine yourself with like weights on your feet trying to skip through mud. That's pretty much what it felt like. And I had to smile. I was like, yeah, I'm happy. No, I'm not. So, you know, I would get out, do whatever I was gonna do, then like dive back into my coat. And then on the second day, my dad was there, so I actually had this video of in between takes, I would like curl into him and he'd like wrap his coat around me, and it was funny now that I think about it. So yeah, on both days it was cold. I was dancing in a lot of snow. Not exactly the most relaxing experience I've ever had. I'm pretty sure after the first day of filming I got slight hypothermia because the rest of the day I could not get warm. I was in fuzzy pants, socks, long sleeve shirt, a robe, under a blanket, and I was still cold. So I don't know, you be the judge, but I'd say that's slight hypothermia. But I'd do it again. It was pretty cool. So we finished filming. I was like, oh. I was done with that, over and gone. Watched all the video and I was like, this is gonna be awesome. I was super psyched to edit and I was like, yeah. But then I realized I was hungry and so I had to stop and take a break to eat supper. So I did that, and then afterwards I got really lethargic, and so I didn't start editing until like 8:30 or 9 that night. But then the next morning I finished it up and, you know, got it all taken care of. Total, it probably took me about 4 hours to edit, roughly. All our videos take a long time to edit, but I'm the only one editing them, so joy. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure the longest video that I've ever edited is probably close to 8 hours. So I need a life. Can you tell? So I edited it. I was like super stoked. I showed it to my mom. She loved it. Raised the roof. Something on my pants. Oh, my tush is going numb. And so, you know, I posted it. From what I've seen, you guys have been really enjoying it, so thank you! The total time it took to make this video, including, you know, making the costume and editing and all that stuff, probably took a month and a half. It wasn't like, light speed, ching, done. After this, I'm going to be showing you guys a montage of all the bloopers that we have. There were quite a few. Multiple times I almost fell over, so joy. One thing I forgot to mention, there's this one shot of me doing a cartwheel in a foot of snow. I was like, whoa! And I was like, wow, that's cold. But when I came up, I was like, oh! It was cold. Very, very cold. So, real quick, I would like to take a moment to apologize. There will not be a spring dance video coming to you guys this year because we had a very narrow window of time to film it in. And we didn't have a costume ready, we didn't have any, you know, locations planned or anything like that. So, sorry, but there will be a summer dance video, and I promise you it will be amazing. Messed up.
I mean, I don't know if that's poison ivy right there. Just stay away from it. Yeah. What? That's a motorcycle.
Mosquito! Ah, I pulled my hair. So, yeah, I hope you like the bloopers coming up, and yeah.
Come get your coat on and get warmed up.
Come on.
Whoa! I remember the bridge. Watch me trip over something else.
You want me to take your coat? Okay. Yeah.
Zip up my hair in my jacket. Don't fuck. Don't fuck. Don't fuck.
Alright.
I didn't do anything.
It'll just start back again. Sweet. Nice!
That was really hard.
Do some spins.
This is so hard. Oh, this is gonna be hard. You ready? I'm gonna do it. 1, make sure you get this. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
You want me to play the music?
Yes. It's inspirational.
Inspirational. Every time I try to look up and like admire the trees, a snowflake hits me in the eye. I'm like, so pretty. This is what it's like in between takes. I slip my coat on, grab these things in my pocket, and stuff my face. And
There's Dad.
Hi.
Come and look at it. It's recording right now. Is that alright?
Yep. Don't break anything. I just broke something.
I was gonna say.
Don't break it, crunch.
Ow.
Okay.
Peanut butter.
We need to get done.
Quitters never win. Now that I think about it, quitters also never lose. I'm gonna stop talking now.
Hey guys, it's me again. I bet you wish I would go away. But I hope you enjoyed those bloopers. And if you liked this video, be sure to click here to see the actual dance video. Click here to see the fall gymnastics and dance video. And click right up there. Right up there to go to our main channel, which has a variety of gymnastics, dance, and, you know, vlogs, just all that jazz. We would really appreciate it if you would take a moment to subscribe and just, yeah. See you guys next time. Bye!
Huh?